Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Morris Customs Truck Series, SCSRA Morris Customs Truck Series season opener from Daytona. My name's Josh Hall. We want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, we do appreciate you joining us here as we get ready to start the season up with the SCSRA Truck Series here tonight at Daytona. So far, Rick Ward at the top of the board here in qualifying as we get ready, or sorry, here in practice as we get ready for qualifying to get underway. Since it is the season opener, we do not have any points to go over, but we do have a couple new things to talk about. One of the things you'll see is on the ticker, you'll see the driver's numbers. That's something the drivers are really excited about, having their own custom numbers up on the ticker here tonight. Another awesome thing we have, and I'm going to see if I can get this to work properly, is we have some driver cams. That's right, we've got 4 drivers with their driver's cams tonight. It's Dave Hartney in the bottom left. We've got the 33 of Blaze Richardson on the bottom right. Devin Butchno with Hasbula running passenger with him right there. And then Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. So they'll be giving us the views from inside of their cars all night long. So we're excited about that as we get ready for qualifying to get underway. See who's first out on the racetrack. We've actually got the driver of the 33 out on racetrack. That is Blade Richardson. And let's follow him around here as he makes his way around this Daytona International Speedway. See the focus in his eyes as he makes his way down the little short chute turns 1 and 2. Each week we'll have a different set of drivers out on the racetrack in these onboard cams. We have Sean Ryan currently already has taken the green flag, making his way through turns 1 and 2 and onto the backstretch. You'll see the rookie drivers have that orange banner across the roof of, or the windshield of their car. As Jeffrey Bell currently goes fastest on his first lap. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. We see Blaze Richardson in second. Rick Tillman currently third. But as you know here on the super speedways, it's not about where you start, but it's all about where you finish. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence just took the green flag. Another one of our drivers here who has the onboard camera, as we can take a look in and see Cheeseburger wheeling his truck around Daytona. Trying to keep that truck right there on the bottom as he makes his way off of turn number 4. He considers himself the dark horse, and being that he did win at Talladega a couple seasons ago in the Truck Series and lock himself into the playoffs, we should see, or maybe the Xfinity Series. We'll have to see if he's able to do something similar here tonight as Jeffrey Belk just took the checkered flag. Currently up on the pole with a 52.40. We'll see how that sits. We do have a couple drivers like the 84 of Dave Wright who are really good on the super speedways. We'll see what he's able to do here tonight. Of course, our fried piper himself, Eddie Morris, yet the qualified. Brett Merle, another great super speedway racer. Joe Wright. And this is going to be an awesome race because really anybody can win here tonight. As we see D. Wright kind of getting that truck up the speed. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence coming down the short chute towards the stripe down on the apron. He's going to cross the line and stay in that third position currently. Jacob Alberg does not have that orange stripe anymore. He officially has gotten himself out of that rookie class, and though he's still running his playoff banner from last season. coming down the short chute towards the start-finish line on his first of 2 laps. He's going to go third fastest on his first lap, see if he's able to improve here on his second lap. Down the backstretch, right on that double yellow line. Couple of chats coming through here. Brian Canuti says, "Let's go, Cody." Lauren Shaughnessy says, "Hey guys, good to see you guys. And, thanks for tuning in." As we get ready for the season opener here in the SCSRA Morris Customs Truck Series. Here comes Alberg down to the stripe to take the checkered flag. And he's going to currently stay up in that third position. Here's D. Wright. Just took the white flag on his first lap. Currently 13th fastest. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. Rocketing that truck down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Trying to knock Belk off the pole here tonight. Down the short chute and into the tri-oval down on the apron, which is legal here in qualifying. And across the stripe, and D. Wright jumps up to P2. Ties Jeffrey Belk for that top spot with a 52.28, but just not enough. So here's the 68 of Devin Butchino. And he's got himself a little passenger there is Hasbula. Ride shotgun with Devin. Coming down the short chute towards the start-finish line to take the white flag. Couple more chats coming through. World of Stock Car Racing League checking in. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. Sorry, my bot doesn't like the capitals, but it's all good. How many drivers? We have 4 driver onboards tonight. And right now, so far, we have 25 trucks ready to start. As Devin Butchino comes down across the stripe. And Butch is going to go P4 on his qualifying attempt. Brian Merrill Jr., another great super speedway racer here. Coming off of turn number 4. He makes his way down towards the stripe. And Junior's going to roll off from the 3rd position, unless Eddie Morris has anything to do with it. Of course, Eddie Morris is the super speedway king of the SCSRA. While we do appreciate all the chats coming through, please guys keep from bashing the league if you're going to come in and join the broadcast. Intensity is the broadcaster, and we're not the league, so I apologize if you had some issues there, but it is I understand this is an open forum, but we appreciate the positivity here in the chat. As Eddie Morris currently jumps up into the 14th position. And Cody Moore, the last truck yet to qualify. First lap, puts himself up on the pole. And that's going to do it. It's all that he's going to need here tonight. As Cody Moore is going to get himself up onto the pole. And we get ready to take a look at our starting grid. And starting on pole tonight, the 52 of Cody Moore with Joe Wright in the 82, rolling off from P2. Jeffrey Belk in the 54, roll off from the third spot with Dave Wright in the 84, rolling off in fourth. Devin Buccino in the 68, he'll roll off fifth with Jay Stinson in the sixth spot. Sean Ryan in the 7 will roll off seventh with Jacob Alberg, in the 00, rolling off from eighth, and Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence and Joey Hickox round out your top 10. Brian Merle Jr. rolls off from the 11th spot with Joe Tardif back in 12th. 13th is Gan Cyphers and Rick Ward in the 34 from the 14th position. Row 8 will find Eddie Morris and Blaze Richardson with Rick Tillman in the 14 and Brett Merle in the 11, rolling off in row 9. Then rounding out your top 20, Ryan Gomes and Brian Boyd. Matt Allen, 21st, with Michael Dunn from the 22nd position. Charles Balance, roll off 23rd with Dave Hartney from the 24th spot. And rounding out the field tonight is Braxton Zog in the 25th position. As we get ready for our season opener here tonight, here in the Morris Customs SCSRA Truck Series. So the pace truck gets ready to roll here. And again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you joining us here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, we want to thank our great partners here. Of course, our league sponsor, Morris Customs. If you're looking for a paint job for your truck, check out Morris Customs on Facebook. You can find the link down below in the description. Of course, I want to thank, also shout out Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs. Visit raceepi.com. And of course, I always want to thank Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Their patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing and gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. So Cody Moore is going to lead the field down to the start with Super Speedway specialist Joseph Wright to the outside. His brother Dave right behind him on the same team over at Neon Racing. So Jeffrey Belk down on the low side. And Eddie Morris, another Neon driver, back there in the 5th spot. So watch for those Neon boys. They get lined up here pretty quickly and try to make something happen here as the field comes down and takes the green flag. And we are racing here at Daytona. For the first time this season, down the short chute, down into turns 1 and 2. Cody Moore, Joseph Wright side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Dave Wright trying to get right up on the back bumper. His brother trying to give him a good push off of turn number 2 to try to take the lead and come down the backstretch for the first time. Eddie Morris dives down to the bottom. He looks like he's going to try to drop to the back, maybe try to keep himself out of trouble on the start as Joe Wright and Dave Wright continue to push themselves towards the front. Now Jeffrey Belk giving a big shove down to Cody Moore as they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. Devin Butchino already on the low side, moving himself up. He's going to tuck in behind Jeffrey Belk as we come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1 here at Daytona. Already the pushing and shoving going on here early. Cody Moore continues trying to hold on to that top spot with Joe Wright and Dave Wright up on the high side. Of course, we all know they can't push too long. These drivers do have a very small opening for air in the front of the truck, and now Devin Butchino gets shoved out of line. He's going to drop down the bottom. Looks like he's going to team up with his teammate Brian Merle Jr. back there. So looks like a couple of the Neon drivers dropping to the back as Joe Wright now takes over the lead and lets his brother hang out to dry. Now Cody Moore jumping up to the high side. He's going to try to get a push here from Dave Wright. I'm sure Dave's temperatures are getting pretty high right now as he's been all over the back bumper with Joe. And now Cody Moore trying to retake the lead as they come across the stripe. And Cody Moore will lead that lap. Down in front of Joe Wright. Joe gets a little hit from behind. That puts him out of shape. Now has that high lane to make the most of it. As now Joe's going to drop down out of line. Him and Cody Moore are going to drop down out of line and move themselves towards the rear. As Jay Stinson now all over the back bumper, trying to give Dave Wright a push. And Jacob Allbird right there as well. And look at this. Brian Boyd up 16 positions already, trying to work his way up to the front. Cody Moore dives up to the high side, or jumps up to the high side there, and makes some aggressive moves early. Out front, Dave Wright continues to lead over Jay Stinson. Another big move 14 of Ryan Gomes. Gomes up into the 4th position now in that 55 machine. He's all over the back of Brian Boyd, as now Brian Boyd takes the lead away from Dave Wright. Dave Wright has no help right now. Just all the energy's up on that high lane as Jay Stinson is kind of laying back a little bit off that 84. I'm surprised that Dave's able to keep it down there. But keep it down there on that low lane all by himself. Richardson up on the second lane in that 3rd spot. Here now they're doing a little bit of lifting. We ride along here and see what he sees. Oh, little 55 up into the wall just a little bit. Really had to check up there to keep from running into the back of Gomes. Again, Dave Wright just no help on the low side. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 5. Brian Boyd continuing to use that high lane. Still has the help from behind. Field rockets down the backstretch, and this time Ryan Gomes trying to get out in front of Dave Wright. Is he going to clear him here down to turn number 3? No, Dave's going to still have a little bit of an advantage going down into the corner. How about the 59 working his way? That's Sean Ryan up into the 8th spot. And Mike Dunn up 13 spots on that high side. So you see a lot of movers to the front, like Brian Boyd up 19 positions from where he started up at the lead. He is your biggest mover of the race so far. Field comes down the backstretch. Boyd doing everything he can up on that high side to try to get around Dave Wright, but Dave being pesky there on the low side. Boyd not wanting to leave the drivers that got him up to the front. I believe they are all teammates up there. That's Mission 22 Racing, Blaze Richardson, Brian Boyd, Ryan Gomes. Teammates up there in that second lane. Up front, though, not a lot has changed as everybody's still trying to just figure out these trucks. Figure out what these drivers are going to do. Long race, 70 laps. Everybody just kind of content. You see that bottom lane, all single file. The pushing and shoving has really subsided since the beginning of the race. You see this second group back here, led by Brian Merle Jr., got Eddie Morris, Joseph Wright, Cody Moore's back here, Eddie Morris, Devin Butchino back here as well. Running that orange truck like Eddie kind of threw me for a loop there. New paint jobs on a couple of these drivers. Joe Tardif won a couple races last year. Victory lane. As the field makes their way down the backstretch. Of course, also just trying to race their way to the stage break at lap 25. But you got to be out there running to get points at the stage, and I think a lot of these drivers are thinking big picture right now, just trying to run in positions. A couple drivers might be hanging in the back trying to save a little bit of fuel. See the two of Gannon Cyphers back here, that orange and green truck. Really aggressive, doing some side drafting in practice. Let's see what he's able to do here coming up to the stage break in about 15 laps. You see Brett Merle up on the high side of Matt Allen. As that top lane now really starting to get hooked up and formed up. You see Jeffrey Belk up there. See the 11 of Brett Merle up there. Mike Dunn up there as well. The 3 of Joey Higgins. As Brian Boyd gets up down in front of Dave Wright. And now Ryan Gomes trying to work that high side. So Mission 22 Racing, currently the top leader of the top and low line. As Dave Wright almost gives a bad push to Brian Boyd. Gomes gets a little loose there up on the high side. Gathered up as they come off of turn number 4 and down the straight. And Boyd jumps back up to the high side with his teammate. That's going to leave Dave Wright in a bit of a predicament here. Oh, one truck up into the wall. I believe that was Gomes. Just slapped the wall. Didn't look like it was enough to really hurt that truck. They keep going forward. An exciting schedule this season for the Morris Customs Truck Series as well. Starting off your season opener here at Daytona. Moving on to Nashville Super Speedway next week. Then we go to Pocono, Kansas. And then our double race tonight. And we had the Dover, Darlington, and Homestead, New Hampshire, Las Vegas. Then the playoff start, Bristol, Texas, Talladega, Auto Club, and the season finale at Phoenix. So a huge, diverse set of races here in the Truck Series. The Next Gen Series is just as exciting. You can tune in tomorrow night for that one. Dave Wright's now got a little bit of run on that low side, getting a little bit of help from Joey Hickox. Brian Canuti says Cody Moore for the win. As Brian Boyd continues to lead that high side. Still side-by-side racing, 10 rows deep. One driver having a little bit of a connection issue a little bit further back. As they come down to the stripe to start lap number 15, we're about 10 laps away from the stage break. It's still all Brian Boyd out front. The driver right here in the mix is Michael Lawrence. Working up on that high side. Right behind his teammate Jeffrey Belk, trying to move themselves back up towards the front. Looks like the 14 was having a little bit of a connection issue. Dropped down, that's Rick Tillman. It's dropped down to the low side. The high lane's trying to get all that energy going back to move back towards the front. Brian Boyd continues to lead. Ryan Gomes, though, up on the high side, getting a good shove from his teammate Blaze Richardson as they're trying to move themselves up to the front. And I think that Mission 22 racing team really trying to control things right now, leading both lanes, the high lane and the low lane. Starting to catch back up here. We saw them, they were kind of broken away from the field. Now Joe Wright right behind Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. Got Cody Moore right back behind him as well. They're trying to get themselves back to the front. Joe likes to be up on that high side. As now Michael Dunn trying to take the lead away as he was able to get around, lead that high side. And now Michael Dunn's going to tuck down in front of D. Wright and take over the lead. Dave Wright trying to take a look to the inside, but not enough room to make that happen as both Mike Dunn and Dave Wright start to pull away from the field just a little bit. And the three of Joey Hickocks right there in the mix as well, as we are getting close to the end of a stage. Stage will end at the end of lap 25. Up on that high lane, hook back up with his teammates, try to make another run to the front here. Dave Wright doing a good job giving Michael Dunn that shove to keep him out front. I wouldn't be surprised to see a big run. Maybe somebody jump up to that third lane coming down to the end of the stage. Like Jeff Belk or Brett Merle, Joe Wright. Oh, Joe's falling back. Other drivers starting to make some moves through the field now as he was sitting tail end just a few minutes ago. Now Dave Hartney rolling his way towards the front. Has that top line rolling. He's right behind Joe Tardif. A lot of checking up here in the back of the pack as everybody's trying to avoid hitting each other towards the back. You can push the driver in front of you if there's nobody in front of them, but once you have somebody pushing, you can't push the pusher. That's something that a lot of people kind of forget, and that's where you see the big problems happening. That's where you start to see the big one. Right now, less than 5 laps to the end of the stage. Ryan Gomes now leading that high lane. Brian Boyd down on the bottom. Now we got 3 wide racing as there it is. Jeff Belk pushes himself up the middle. He's going to make a big move here. Look at the run that 54 has. Brett Merle also has the big run. And oh, big checkup out of Gan Cypher as he had to avoid a couple drivers that checked up hard. And Brett Merle making the big move, pushing Jeffrey Belk all the way up to the front. Car kind of tandem drafting here out the front as the rest of the field tries to follow in. Trying to make something happen here coming to the end of the stage. Brett Merle all over the back bumper of Jeffrey Belk. Dave Wright all over the back bumper of Michael Dunn as they go side by side, 2 by 2 through turns 3 and 4. I know everybody saw that move happen. Who's going to be the next one to try to make a move like that? Dave Hartney and Cheeseburger Lawrence hooked up back there. Teammates trying to make their way up towards the front. Now we've got more drivers trying to make it 3 wide. And thought better of it. Brett Merle's going to dive down and leave Jeffrey Belk out to dry, hang out to dry on that high lane. But he's got some help coming, but does he? Because I know he made that move on Brian Boyd and Ryan Gomes. We'll see if they kind of split him coming down towards the front stretch. Now here comes Gomes and Blaze Richardson as now Blaze is going to jump up, thought about making a move up to the third lane. Now we got 3 wide racing. Blaze Richardson all the way up on that third line. Oh, Gomes cuts off the 00 of Alberg. He's going to lose a ton of momentum being stuck in third right along with the 33 of Blaze Richardson. Down into turns 3 and 4. Brett Merle trying to give a shove to the 84 of Dave Wright, trying to get him back up towards Michael Dunn as the field makes their way off of turn number 4, 3 wide behind. Oh, Dunn gets turned around. Big wreck right here on the front stretch. Caution is out. That's going to be your stage end as Jeffrey Belk gets the stage win. Dave Wright in second. Blaze Richardson brings it home in third. So we're going to let the sorting order get figured out as we get ready to take a look at the wreckage rewind and see what caused this big one here coming to the end of the stage. See a little contact there. Looks like Dunmay came up a little bit. Belk came down a little bit. Both drivers get the contact. Dave Wright makes great evasive move down to the bottom to avoid the wreck. And then it all breaks loose behind him. You see the 22 of Boyd going around right across the track. See Dunn spinning down to the bottom, and from there it's just all on. I'm sorry, the 77 of Boyd, and from there it's just all on. As the track becomes a parking lot, everybody doing what they can to get through it, and it just happens so fast. Unfortunately, sometimes you just can't check up in time. Let's ride along with the 43 of Dave Hartney right up on the roof cam here and see exactly real speed, just how fast this can happen. Looks like he might have had the wheels locked up trying to get that thing wound down, and fortunately for him, finds himself on the wrong end of that one. Pit stops though. Dave Wright beats everybody off the pit road. Of course, drivers do have one reset in the pits, so everybody will be able to get a new truck if they were involved in that one. And let's talk to our stage winner, Jeffrey Belk. Jeff, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, how you doing, Josh?
Man, wild finish to the stage there, getting the win of the stage, but it looks like you got a little bit of damage there while that was going on. Did you take a reset, or did you just get it fixed up? Was it not too bad?
We got as much as we could get fixed up. We got a little bit of aero damage to the left front. I can see the asphalt pretty good through the hole in this front. Plan right now, just try to get behind our teammates, ride where we can, and might be able to take that fast repair on the final stop.
Well, good luck for the rest of the race. Congrats on the stage win, and look forward to seeing how it plays out here at the end for you.
Thank you.
So stage winner Jeffrey Belk. As the field gets double filed up, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here at Daytona. So Dave Wright's going to lead him back down to the restart zone. Jay Stinson's going to be up on the high side. Brett Merle, Brian Boyd in row number 2. Rick Tillman, Jacob Alberg make up row number 3. Then Cody Moore and Blaze Richardson back in row 4. Jeffrey Belk and Joey Hickox round out your top 10 as we get ready to go back green flag racing here in our season opener here at Daytona. Pace trucks getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Dave Wright's going to lead them back down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We are back racing here at Daytona, and a big jump for Dave Wright. Might be too good of a jump here, as he's going to jump up in front of Stinson. Brian Boyd thought about making a move down to the inside. He's got Jacob Alberg right behind, and Dave Wright's going to block down to the low side. Stinson's going to go up to the high side with Alberg. They come off a turn number 2. Oh, one truck around. Brett Merle, hard contact. Jeffrey Belk involved as well. No caution. We stay green as everybody's able to keep it going straight. Rick Tillman involved in that one as well. See if we can see, get a look here, see what happened here. Looks like Tillman got a little loose there in the middle. Maybe made some contact up on the high side. Brett Merle hard up into the outside wall. Joe Wright, I think Joe Wright, yeah, Joe Wright making some contact with the outside wall as well. We say green flag racing. Jay Stinson out in front. Jacob Alberg and Joey Hickson up on the high side with Cody Moore trying to make something happen up on that high lane. Jeffrey Belk right now in trouble, losing that lead draft. Again, has a lot of damage. He had some damage before the caution there. We know he's got some more now. And looks like that wasn't Joe Wright that was involved in that one. It was the 41 of Charles Bounce Sr. So, again, a lot of new drivers, a lot of new trucks, a lot of drivers changing paint jobs. So just trying to relearn everybody's new paints here as we get settled in our first race of the season. Jay Stinson and David Wright down on that low lane. Trying to keep out in front. There's Brian Boyd. Blaze Richardson up on the high side. Jacob Albert up there as well. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as the SCSRA Next Gen Series, as we see Dave Wright making a move up to the high side. Now we're 3-wide racing. Dave Wright stuck in the middle. Brian Boyd in the middle. Now we got Cody Moore going with Dave Wright as they make their way into turn number 3. 3-wide racing here. Oh, some contact. Cody Moore, Jacob Alberg. Alberg up into the wall. Looks like he's able to keep it rolling. No caution. But some heavy damage to the right side of the 52 of Cody Moore. Saying tune in tomorrow night as the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series takes on Daytona for the Devtona 500 here on Intensity. Atlee Atman Weiss will have the call for that one. As Brian Boyd has Blaze Richardson taking a look down to the inside, trying to take the lead, and Blaze is going to let off a little bit, let Ryan Wright out in front. Now Cody Moore stuck up on that high side all by himself. Here comes Dave Wright, though, coming to give a push to Cody as they come off of turn number 4. Jeffrey Belk has caught back up to this group. I thought he was going to have some issues with the aero damage, but he's been able to slide right back up into this lead group. So 8 trucks in our lead pack. I think I go 6.5 seconds back to our second pack, which is all the Neon boys. Joe Wright, Devin Burchino, Eddie Morris, and Brian Merle Jr. And that's 11 seconds back to Sean Ryan, and the rest of the field kind of just really spread out right now. See one truck going a lap down. That is the 127 of Matt Allen. Saw a lot of damage to that truck. But he will currently be your lucky dog. Except for the field is quickly approaching the 11 of Brett Earl and the 43 of David Hartney. Hartney is going to stay down on the bottom with Brett. Here comes the train to the high side, led by Brian Boyd. Ooh, big wiggle out of Richardson. He's really struggling to hold on to that truck. We see live looking at the 33. Really trying to wheel that truck on the back bumper of Brian Boyd. down a little bit, get single file up here at the front. Of course, we do know that Brett and Dave Hartney and the 127 are all racing for that lucky dog spot. Although Dave Hartney has peeled off on the pit road, so just Brett Merle in the 11 and Matt Allen in the 127 battling for that lucky dog spot. In this second group back here, these 4 drivers have got lined up, and they're actually catching this back group and pretty quickly. See the lap times the last few laps, and lap 34, they were almost a second quicker. It looks like that last lap they had to switch the pusher. But overall, these drivers have been catching pretty quickly to the group out in front. You see that interval now, 4.8 seconds. It was just 6.5 seconds a few laps ago. So this second group is coming, and coming in a hurry. Another group of trucks going a lap down. That's the 47 of Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. Joe Tardif in this mix, as well as Ryan Gomes. So a couple trucks on the wrong end of that earlier incident find themselves a lap down. Our first retiree of the race, and that is the 43 of Dave Hartney. So just past halfway, Brian Boyd continues to lead over Blaze Richardson and Cody Moore back in third, Dave Wright in fourth, Jay Sitson in the fifth spot. Brian Boyd, your biggest mover of the race, up 19 positions to get up to the lead. Blaze Richardson up 14, up into second. Group back here with Devin Bucino now out in the lead, so it looks like they're just trying to swap the front driver. They are still gaining on this group out in front. That interval is now just 2.5 seconds. Last time by, they ran over a second faster than the group. You see, they have indeed caught that group, the lead group. So great job by the teammates, just hanging tight here and moving themselves through the field to get themselves back up towards the front. Meanwhile, we see Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence trying to battle with Eddie Morris to try to take over that lucky dog spot. He's got quite a bit of damage to that 47 machine. As he's working to catch himself back up to the rest of the field. Morris now leading the field, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap. The hard way different. with these guys as well. Devin Butchino stuck in the middle. Eddie Morris, the fried piper, up on the high side. Again, a great push from Brian Merle in that 13 machine. Joe Wright right there, staying on the back bumper, not pushing, but just staying on that back bumper to get that high lane moving. That's going to bring Brian Merle Jr. to the lead. Are they going to be able to tuck down in front of Brian Boyd? That's going to be the question. Joe Wright staying on that back bumper, trying to get the energy up to that high lane. Going to give the lead to Brian Merle Jr. and put Eddie Morris back onto the lead lap. And now Jr. going to tuck down low and say thank you very much. Put himself out into the lead as Joe Wright is now going to try to push. And we got two drivers just in front of our leaders as the leaders are coming by 2 by 2. That's again Cyphers. And I believe the 41 of Charles Balancino. One goes high, one goes low. That's going to cause an accident as Boyd makes some contact. And there they go. Caution, caution in the air. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. Looked like a little bit of lack of communication out there between drivers as we see Gannon Cyphers is going to stay high, Balance is going to stay low, and when they're 2 by 2, there's not enough room for 4 trucks on this racetrack. Actually, that was just a bad push from Richardson onto Boyd. I think Boyd, we got a little spooked there, checked up a little bit, and then Richardson got to the back of Boyd. And then from there, Dave Wright gets turned by his teammate, Devin Butchino, down into Richardson. And from there, it's just all breaks loose. You see Dev get turned around, catches Boyd in the right rear, sends him spinning back across the track right in front of Cody Moore. Jeffrey Belk caught up in that as well. Dave Wright, Hickson, excuse me. All right, it's Hickox, Dave Wright involved, Stetson. So just a tough break as Brett Merle and the 34 were able to get woed down in time. So well, that changes everything. Brian Merle Jr. is going to lead them down pit road. You see the drivers down on lap, staying out. See the race off of pit road here. Looks like Joe Wright, one of the first drivers off of pit road. Braxton Zog comes off of pit road in second. And Blade Richardson off pit road third. Joey Hickox and Jay Stinson are going to be your top 5. Ryan Merle Jr. is going to lose 6 positions, come off in 6th. And then Rick Ward back in 7th. Dave Wright 8th. Sean Ryan comes off pit road in 9th. We see Cody Moore still on pit road, getting quite a bit of damage fixed up on his machine. Same with Jeffrey Belk, Devin Butchino. Gan Cyphers out in front of the field, getting ready to take the wave around and get himself back onto the lead lap. see all the lap down trucks coming down onto pit road. Get their service and fuel. Looks like Joe Wright, a couple drivers coming in and topping off here. Joe Wright, Richardson, Ryan Burrow Jr., Dave Wright, Sean Ryan all coming down pit road. That's going to leave Braxton Zag out there all by himself. Joey Hickox also staying out. Jay Stinson and Rick Ward. So a few drivers think they might be able to make it and stretch it to the end here. Well, a few drivers also thinking there might be a green-white checker. So lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them. Again, Braxton Zog and Jay Stinson, row 1. Joey Hickox and Rick Ward back in row 2. Dave Wright, Ryan Burrow Jr., row 3. Blaze Richardson, Sean Ryan, row 4. And Joe Wright and Cody Moore back in row 5. And I don't expect to see, actually it's not rows, they're in line there, as the rest of the field's going to be pretty much single file behind the front 2 rows as pace truck makes his way down on the pit road, and here comes Braxton Zog down on the pit road. Green flag. Jay Stinson is going to lead him down to the start zone, and he's going to get himself out in front here. Joey Hickox down on the other side for the lead as they come down into turns 1 and 2. Jr. He is a lap down, so he is not in this race at all. He's just trying to keep himself up in that lucky dog position and give a push to the 3 of Joey Hickox. So 23 laps to go. Let's do a little fan favorite here and pump up the intensity. Battle for the lead still heating up. Jay Stinson down on the low side. Dave Wright up on the high side. Joey Hickok's trying to push that 31. He's going to clear the 84 of Dave Wright. Here comes Brett Merle. Brett is a lap down. He is battling for that lucky dog position, and he's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way as he jumps up in front of Dave Wright. And he's going to try to help lead Dave Wright to the front here, as we have 20 laps to go. Side by side, 6 rows. Only 12 trucks on the lead lap. It's Gan Cyphers in the 2, the last truck on the lead lap, although he is not part of the group. Also, Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino way back behind the field. As Cody Moore is the last lead lap, still in touch with the lead pack. Brett Merle, who again is a lap down, tries to lead that high line, tries to pull D right forward. So Merle Racing all having bad luck tonight. That's Brett Merle, Gannon Cyphers, and Braxton Zog, all 3 drivers running into issues tonight, as you see in the 31. Again, a great shove from Joey Hickox. As the field is once again catching up to some lap trucks. Gannon Cyphers just made his way down. He's down and away. Stays down on the apron, allows the field to pass on by without incident. With just 18 laps to go. Watch out for Brian Merle Jr. down here on the low side. He's been known to make some late run moves here as he's trying to get that low lane working. He's got Blaze Richardson right there on the low side behind him. Junior, probably one of the most improved drivers here in the SCSRA. Been showing a lot of speed lately, not just at the super speedways, but all over the place. I see his first win on the horizon, along with Dave Wright trying to get his first win here in the SCSRA as well. Jay Stinson continues to hold on to that lead. We see the 55 of Ryan Gomes staying up and out of the way, allowing the field to go right on by. And now Richardson's going to jump up to that top lane because he sees the momentum up there. Joe Tardif up there as well. Joe, the first truck, 1 lap down as Brett Merle is out in front of the pack right now. He's pulled down in front of Jay Stinson. Figures if the caution comes out, he's not going to have to worry about the lucky dog as he's going to be out in front and back on the lead lap. Ryan Boyd just came down pit road and he's down and away. See Braxton Zog back on pit road. He's still sitting there. Looks like he's getting some damage fixed. He's been on pit road for quite a while. As Richardson jumps up to the 3rd lane by himself. Maybe got shoved up there. They are 3 wide. Richardson has no help up there on that high side. As they come alongside, Brandon Boyd is going to stay down on the apron out of the way. Jay Stinson was able to get back around Brett Merle and put himself solidly back into the lead. Another driver to watch out for here at the end is Cody Moore. Cody got a lot of damage though on that truck. Don't know what he's going to be able to do. Joe right in front of him in that 8th position. Joe's kind of right where he wants to be. I've raced with Joe for about 12 years on iRacing, and I know exactly what he's thinking right now. And he is in the exact spot he wants to be, towards the back of the field in case something happens, but plenty of time to make something happen when the time comes. Expect him to start making his move with about 5 laps to go. Down the backstretch, just 12.5 laps to go to settle it in our first race of the season. And Dave Wright getting a big push from Joe Tardif back out into the lead. A couple lap trucks really working with each other, or working with the leaders here, trying to help each other out and try to get themselves in a position if the yellows come back to be back on the lead lap. Joe Tardif and Brett Merle both racing for that lucky dog position. Now able to get out Dave Wright solidly. Now he's going to stay up on the high side as here comes Dave Wright getting another shove here from Joe Tardif down the backstretch. So pretty much even going down into turn number 3. Ooh, a little wiggle out of the 48 of Tardif. He's able to stay right there with Dave Wright, but that little wiggle out of D Wright is going to cause him a little bit, I think. Oh, big one now. Brett Merle, excuse me, around. Dave Wright involved as well. Cody Moore caught up in that one. We stay green though. We stay green. Jay Stinson, Joey Hickox now all alone up front. Blaze Richardson in third, 3 rookies of the series out in front with 10 laps to go. So we can go back and see what happened here coming down the backstretch. See if we can see where that happened here. And well, here it is. And looks like Joe Tardif bad bump from Tardif, gets into Dave Wright, comes down into Brett Merle. Brett Merle comes across the track, but just not enough to trigger the yellow. And from there, you see Tardif getting down. Gomes involved in that one as well. So we say green flag racing with just 9 laps to go. Chat, we see Nancy Hickok saying, way to go, Joe. He's smart. Right now we have a 3-truck breakaway for the lead. Rick Ward sits back in 4th. He's all by himself. He's got no help. And then we see Joe Wright leading this pack of cars. Even though they're damaged, they're in line with each other and they're in numbers. Sometimes it's better to have numbers than it does a clean car, as these 3 continue to run 1, 2, 3. So Jason Stinson and Joe Hickox, they are teammates of S&H Racing. And then Blaze Richardson back, another one of our new teams in Mission 22 Motorsports. I think these 3 are pretty much content running 1, 2, 3 in the season opener, getting the points and getting the win. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we might see a little shake-up here towards the end of the race. Joe Wright still has that clean truck out in front, and he is quickly gaining on Rick Ward. But then it's about an 8-second gap back to the lead group. With 6 laps to go, I don't think there's going to be enough time for that second group to catch back up. But we've seen Joe Wright pull the group back up to the lead once today. There you go. You see that interval shrinking. As now Richardson is going to jump up to the high side and try to get around Hickox. And he's going to try to get around Stinson as well. I don't know if those two might be a little low on fuel. They might be trying to save a little bit here, as Blade Richardson goes up to the lead with 5 laps to go. But that interval is shrinking quickly. Last time by, Joe Wright ran 3 seconds quicker than the lead group. And you see 4 seconds is the interval, and we still have 5 laps to go. So these guys are catching these front runners almost 1.5 seconds a lap. This is going to get wild here at the end, as Blade Richardson out in front. He was last on pit road on lap 45. He's got plenty of fuel to make it to the end. But both Jay Stinson and Joey Hickox are both on pit road on lap 44. They've got a little bit less fuel in the tank. Joe Wright on lap 45. So that 1 gallon, that's about 2.5 laps here. So that can make a huge difference. As you see, that back group is quickly closing in as they work around the 84 of Dave Wright, who again was caught up in that last incident that did not bring out a caution. Dave Wright kind of trying to hold on to keep himself on the lead lap, as we are coming to 3 laps to go. And there you go. Joe Wright now has the draft, less than 1 second with 3 laps to go. That second group is there. Richardson caught up on the high side all by himself. Joe Wright with a clean truck. He's catching quickly. Cody Moore, a lot of damage on his truck. You see, he's just not able to keep up with Joe Wright, as Brian Boyd stays down low out of the way. Here comes Dave Wright. letting the leaders go on by. And look at that, Joe Wright is there as you see Richardson and Dave Wright doing a little bit of side draft and bumping off each other. And I think Richardson's in a lot of trouble right now as he is stuck there on the high side all by himself. Big move for Joe Wright, jumping out in front of Richardson. Can Richardson push him up to the front? Here comes Dave Wright trying to jump up there. Cody Moore, I said it earlier, watch out for him too, even though he's got a damaged truck. Wouldn't be surprised if he puts himself in a position here as he tries to push himself up the middle, 3 wide. Being pushed by Brett Merle, he gets turned. Cody Moore gets turned right in front of the field. Caution is out. Bad push from the 11 of Brett Merle causes a big one here on down in turns 1 and 2. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. We saw the 3 wide Cody Moore, Jay Hickox right down there on the bottom. And yeah, just a bad push from Joe Wright gave the bad push to Dave Wright, got him a little loose, sends him down into Cody Moore. Cody Moore hard into the outside wall. Truck gets airborne. Joe Wright just nowheres to go. He gets a little piece of it there. Doesn't look like he got too bad. Oh, I take that back. He got into the side there. Cheeseburger runs into the back of Dave Wright. Jeffrey Belk able to keep it down low. I think he's going to avoid everything. He does, just barely avoids the contact there. And well, this is going to change everything. Everybody's going to come down pit road. For tires and fuel. I think we might even see a few drivers staying out on track. Trying to get the wave around to get themselves back in contention. Oh, Brian Merle Jr. loops it coming off of pit road. I think he just tried to get on it a little too hard there. And oh, no, I'm not sure what happened right there. Brian Merle Jr. got stopped on the racetrack, and yeah, I'm not really sure what just happened there. They're going to wait for the field to come around, and we'll figure out our scoring order. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as we do it all over again as the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series takes on Daytona for the Devtona 500. And it's going to be a fantastic race. It's going to be a lot of entertainment. A few drivers that aren't in this race here tonight. I know I'll be one of the drivers in tomorrow night's race. So tune in. Atlee Atman Wees will have the call for that one. Of course, don't forget to tune in next Tuesday night for our truck doubleheader, starting with the Doghouse Racing League, as they'll be taking on Martinsville next week. Another exciting finish tonight in the Doghouse Racing League as they were at Chicagoland. If you didn't tune in for that one, go back and watch it. It was an amazing finish, side-by-side finish at the end. So go ahead and check that one out here on Intensity Broadcasting. And then we'll have our SCSRA Morris Customs Truck Series following the Doghouse race at 9:30, as they'll be taking on Nashville Super Speedway. Well, it all shakes up now. We've got lights off on the pace truck. We have 6 trucks on the lead lap. Jay Stinson out in front, Blaze Richardson to the outside, Eddie Morris and Cody Moore in row number 2. Gannon Cyphers and Joe Wright in row number 3. They are the only drivers on the lead lap. Charles Bound Sr., Jeffrey Belk, 1 lap down. Devin Butchino back there a few laps down. We'll see how this shakes out here as the pace truck makes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. A few drivers with some help out there a lap down. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing here at Daytona for a green-white checker. Down into turn number 1, Jay Stinson getting a huge shove from Eddie Morris. Out in front, Morris, we know he is a Super Speedway expert. See if he's able to tuck in here and make a move as he's got his teammate, Dev Bacino, giving him a push. And there's Cody Moore giving a push there on the high side as well, as those 3 move themselves up to the front. Now Eddie Morris out in the lead. Jay Stinson gets turned. Caution is out. We're going to re-rack him and do it all over again. So we take a look to see what brought out this most recent caution, and we see Gannon Cyphers down on the apron, and looks like he just pushes up the track and into Stinson, and neither driver catches the wall. Looks like a little bit of damage from the 41, but I think Stinson should be able to get back out there without issue. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and do it all over again with our first attempt at an actual green-white checker. For everybody to get up into their starting order, and it's like Devin Bacino's going to have to fall back, being a lap down. Stinson still on pit road. Looks like he did not have a reset, so he's going to have to get that truck fixed up before he can get himself back onto the racetrack here. Looks like Joe Wright also on pit road, getting some a little bit of damage fixed. As the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4, and the 1 to go signal should be going this time by. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Eddie Morris choosing the high side this time. Cody Moore down on the bottom. Looks like Cody Moore had that reset in the bag, so he's got a fresh truck out there as well. Blaze Richardson from the third position. Gannon Cyphers starting a few rows back. He's back in fourth. Jay Stinson back on track in fifth, and Joe Wright in the sixth position, but they are, because they had to get their damage fixed, they're going to be way back behind. Well, Stinson is back behind 33 of Richardson, so Eddie Morris kind of in a bad spot right now. He's got no help behind him on this start. Oh, there's his help now. Joe Wright slides in behind him. So now he's got his iRacing, his Neon Racing teammate right behind him as the pace truck pulls off of onto pit road. Green flag is back in the air at our first attempt at a green-white checker. Eddie Morris way out in front. He's going to get down in front of Cody Moore. Joe Wright kind of stuck there up on that high side as the field gets pretty much single file. Dev Bacino up to the high side. He is a lap down. He's a few laps down, actually. Trying to get some help to his teammates. And Jay Stinson there in the 31 trying to make something happen, trying to get himself onto the podium here tonight. So he's going to take a run down underneath Devin. Devin's going to throw a little bit of a block there as Cody Moore continues to push Eddie Morris off of turn number 4. As they're coming down to the stripe, white flag in the air. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Cody Moore giving the big push to Eddie Morris as they come down the short chute towards turns 1 and 2. Devin Butchino jumping up to the high side. Trying to get somebody to go with him here as Stinson's going to dive down underneath him. He's going to try to battle with Richardson for that final podium spot. Cody Moore, though, giving the big shove to Eddie Morris as they come down the backstretch for the final time. Stinson and Richardson starting to hook up there right behind as they go down into turn number 3. Where's the move going to happen? Is it going to happen as they come through turns 3 and 4? Stinson going to jump up to the high side. No, he's going to tuck back in line off of turn number 4. Here goes Richardson with the move. Cody Moore to the block. Down to the stripe. It's going to be Eddie Morris by a nose. No, the win goes to Cody Moore. Cody Moore with the last-ditch effort to get the win. What a finish as we take a look here coming down to the stripe. Cody Moore using a little side draft. Richardson trying to make a move down to the inside. And as they come across the stripe, it is Cody Moore by a nose across the stripe. I said early in the broadcast, watch out for that 52 machine as he can easily get himself up on the race win here tonight as our top 3 drivers get themselves up to the front stretch. Looks like Eddie Morris might be out of fuel. As our top 3 make their way to the front stretch. For pictures, and while we wait for Eddie Morris to get up here, let's take a look at the results. Again, Cody Moore getting the win. Eddie Morris comes home P2. Blaze Richardson Back in third, Jay Stinson and Joseph Wright round out your top 5. Gannon Cyphers brings home 6. Jeffrey Belkin 7th. Charles Ballance Sr. 8th. Brian Merle Jr. and Ryan Gomes your top 10. Devin Buchino brings home 11th. Rick Ward 12th. Joey Hickox back in 13th. Brett Merle 14th. Dave Wright 15th. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, Brian Boyd, and Joe Tardif round out the top 18 as we see Cody Moore celebrating here on the backstretch. 19th was Braxton Zog with Sean Ryan coming home 20th. Matt Allen in 21st. Rick Tillman back in 22nd. Jacob Alberg back 23rd. Michael Dunn and Dave Hartney round out the field here tonight at Daytona. See in the chat there, great finish. That was some good racing. Cody Moore for the W. 2 in a row for Wasted Wages Racing as Cody Moore makes his Polish victory lap around the track. And we get ready to talk to our top 3. As we get our post-race interview all set up here. My computer doesn't want to work with me right now. So let's talk with our 3rd place finisher. Oh, looks like he is not in here just yet. That will be the 33 of Blaze Richardson. So just waiting for him to join the waiting room here. There he is. Driver of the 33, Blaze Richardson. Josh, you got your Blaze, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, wild finish there at the end. Looks like he had a chance to win it. They went 3 wide. You took the move down to the inside. But, man, great run for you on your debut here in the Truck Series. Talk about the racing out there because it seemed like at times it was absolutely wild.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. Me and my teammate, Brian Boyd and Ryan Gomes, we started, like, way in the back. We started around 20th, all 3 of us. And then by, like, lap 2 or 3, all 3 of us were pushing the lead. And then, yeah, we got caught up in that first incident. They had to take their fast repair. And, yeah, the rest is history. They just stuck in the back. And I just duked it down the front. Sadly, I couldn't get it done, but I'll happily take a top 3.
For sure. Anytime you can put it on the podium is an awesome run. And talk about that run to the line there with Eddie Morris and Cody Moore. Was there anything you could have done differently maybe to get yourself up in that top spot, or was it just nothing you could really do there?
Yeah, I was really hoping Cody would make a move a little bit faster, so then I'd have a better opportunity to dive it in under. But yeah, I feel like he just did a couple feet more. I probably would have had it.
Well, awesome job for you here tonight, Blaze, in your SCSRA debut. Great showing for the team as well. Look forward to see what you guys do the rest of the season. Next week, we move on to Nashville. How do you like your chances there?
Oh, I don't know yet. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, good luck next week. And before you let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Just the team for letting me race them and just, keeping me up there, keeping me motivated. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the podium here tonight, and good luck next week in Nashville.
I appreciate it.
So that was your 3rd place finisher, Blaze Richardson. Let's bring in your 2nd place finisher, Eddie Morris. Eddie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
You're taking over for Nudie with this 2nd place thing lately. But great job here.
Easy, easy.
Great job here tonight coming home P2. Almost had the race win there and just came up a few inches short. Man, talk us through that last lap and the race in there at the end.
Man, that last lap and the racing there at the end, it was pretty fun. I knew there was probably going to be a run come to the outside. And I knew like as soon as Cody popped out, I probably could have kind of chased him up a little more, but it probably wouldn't have ended up well, and probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So a P2 after tonight, Josh, let me tell you what, bud, I'll take it. I was crawling out of the cellars all night. Yeah. I thought I missed a big one and ended up getting an enema, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. But to claw back to a P2 and to have a hopefully that looked pretty awesome up in the booth, man. Because like from where I was seeing it, looked pretty awesome. So yeah, crawling back from that and ended up P2, man. Like I will absolutely take it.
Yeah, for a second I thought you had it there at the end, and then it flipped over that Cody had the win. But man, I know you had the struggles tonight, had some issues with the Oculus before the race, and able to get that gremlins figured out before the race and worked your way back up the front. So congrats on the podium here tonight, the second place finish, and without Nudie here, someone's got to fill a spot.
That's right. Often imitated, never duplicated. Missing you, Nudie, down in old Mexico. Hopefully he got that bar that he was in to tune in and watch this, and they can laugh at us and be like, "Look at those gringos."
Well,
So.
he's been in the chat pretty heavy here today, but man, great run. Before we let you go, Eddie, though, and you want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Oh, absolutely, Josh. I got a shout out to Intensity Broadcasting, the best broadcasters in the business. Shout out to Dev Sports Cards. If you're in the market to buy any sports memorabilia, Mother's Day's coming up. Get that mom that's a sports fan the awesome gift from Dev Sports Cards. You can check him out on eBay at Dev Sports Cards. And yeah, man, I suggest going over there and getting all kinds of good stuff because that's where you get it. And Morris Customs for the paints. He's still a little behind, but he's trying to work his way up and get caught up on some paints and stuff. So shout out to them. Shout out to my teammates, man. Changing teams this season. It's been fun. I miss my old teammates, ain't gonna lie, but stuff happens and you can't make races, and I'm here to race, brother. And so yeah, shout out to Dev for having me. Junior, Joe, D. Wright. We had Cody in there tonight. That was cool. Congrats to him. He's a heck of a driver. Yeah, man, that's it. And I appreciate everybody that allows me to do this.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats. I know we move on to your backyard next week when we go on to Nashville. How do you like your chances at the little track there?
I'm all for it, bro. I love these trucks. I'm ready for it. It's them next gens for tomorrow that I'm more worried about this season, Josh. As you know, we changed, and it's a new one for everybody here, for the regulars at least, because we went from Xfinity to the next gen. So not really sure what to expect. Hopefully there will be a lot of parity and put on some more good shows for you up there in the booth, Josh.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate the kind words earlier, and look forward to seeing what you do tomorrow night.
Absolutely, brother.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was Eddie Morris, your second place finisher. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, the driver of the 52 machine, Cody Moore. Cody, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
Man, what a run here tonight. Kind of hang out to the back all night long, get caught up in an incident, get a lot of damage. Somehow you're able to hold on with Joe with all that damage. Caution comes out. You're able to come down and get that reset that you're saving and puts that thing in victory lane. Talk us through the strategy, if there was any, and talk about that last lap, man.
Yeah, strategy was definitely to hang out in the back. I ended up getting some track position at the stage. No, I think we were still holding back. I think after one of the wrecks, we ended up getting track position. I appreciate the Neon guys for working with me that race. Wasted wages, completely worthless. Nobody shows up. But yeah, the last lap, I was pushing Eddie, and I kind of had it in my mind that it was going to be either me or Eddie. So I pushed him until coming out of 4, and then it was just a drag race. And yeah, I don't know what the times were, but that finish had to be pretty close, pretty wild. But yeah, it feels good to get a win the first race of the season, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that locks you into the playoffs there, and that's kind of the goal, to get into the playoffs early. That way you don't have to worry about it. Big changes though in the next gen series tomorrow night. We move we do it all over again. The next gens. How you like your chances tomorrow night?
I don't like that I'm starting mid pack. I think I'm starting 10th in that race. So I don't like my chances. I'll probably cut out and hang out in the back just like this race. That next gen car though, I need more practice. It's really different, and I need to quit upshifting into third. So hopefully I can work on that and get some practice in and get used to that car. But these trucks feel great, and I'm really happy I could get the win.
Awesome, man. Next week we move on to Nashville. How do you like your chances over at the little super speedway?
I like Nashville. Usually pretty quick there. Should be really quick in the truck. So yeah, hopefully we can go 2 for 2 in the old 52 machine.
Well, again, awesome job here tonight. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank my beautiful wife Maggie, my 2 kids, Papa Moore watching at home, my mom. Um, Huge shout out to the Neon guys. It was really great working with them. Probably wouldn't have won this race without them. Yeah, the league for putting this on. Devin's done a lot of work in the off season. The field size is good. I know this race was crazy, but I actually had a really fun time, even though I was caught up in some of it. And then you, Josh, at Intensity, and everyone at the league, really appreciate it. If anyone wants to throw me a paint and run a sponsor, I'd be more than happy to run it. Don't have any sponsors this season.
I hear there's a chocolate company that might want to sponsor you. Anyways, Cody, have a great night. Again, congratulations on the win, and we look forward to tomorrow night as well.
Thanks, Josh. Great job as always.
Have a
See
great
ya.
night. So that was your winner here tonight. Cody Moore getting the win here at Daytona. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as Atlee Atman Weiss is going to have the call for the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series here on Intensity. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, we do appreciate you joining us here tonight, each and every Tuesday and Wednesday night. Of course, don't forget to check out our web store as well over at intensityracing.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, novelty t-shirts, as well as Atlee Atman Weiss's racing gear as well. You can check that out all over there at intensityracing.com. Link down below in the description. Also, check out Morris Customs for all your iRacing paint needs, Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs, and of course, if you're looking for that little edge, that little see the pants feel, check out The Butt Kicker at thebuttkicker.com. That's going to do it for us here tonight. And as always, thank you for joining us. As our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.